Welcome back. This is lesson 3 of writing for IELTS. We're talking about graphs, charts, diagrams and tables. How to enhance your vocabulary when describing these items. Let's have a look at this very simple graph. Let's keep it simple for now. Here we see the simple graph. What is the trend shown by the line? Does it go up? Does it go down? Or does it stay the same? It goes up. So we could say it rises, it climbs, it ascends, and all those other good words we learned in the last lesson. Now let's get a bit more sophisticated and use some clever words to add to our simple description. We use adjectives and adverbs to help us tell the story more clearly. Adjectives describe a noun, or a thing we can name. Adverbs describe an action, or a verb. So let's have a look. We'll use the word rise as our basis, and we'll talk about this rise. Adjectives. So is this rise a sharp rise? A dramatic rise? A significant rise? A huge rise? A major rise? A noteworthy rise? Of course, it's all of these things. But remember, we only need to know a few of these words. Let's move on to adverbs, which describe a verb. Did the trend rise sharply? Did the trend rise dramatically? Did the trend rise significantly? Did the trend rise hugely? Did the trend rise in a major way? Did the trend rise in a noteworthy manner? All are correct, of course. It's notebook time. Pause the video and think of as many words as you can to describe a trend that goes up, and then put them in your notebook in columns that show adjective and adverb. Do the same for words that describe a trend that is going down. Noun, present verb, past verb, future verb, adjective, and adverb. Remember, you only need a few. Pick the ones you feel comfortable with. There is only one more thing that graphs do, and that is they stay the same. This one stays mostly the same. So how would we say that? It stays the same. It remains constant. It is stable. It is unvarying. However, do you see how there are some small wiggles? We can call these wiggles fluctuations. Fluctuations. So we could say the trend remained constant with insignificant fluctuations. Fortunately for us, English is very vocabulary poor to describe this situation, so there are not many words to learn about it. Let's have a look at a few more words to describe graphs. Sometimes we will see what looks like the top of a mountain, which is called in English a peak. And that's what we can say. The trend reached a peak. Or it peaked at 10,000, blah, blah, blah. Or we could see a plateau or a level part. We can say it plateaued or it reached a plateau. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to show you some graphs and I want you to describe them using, this time, only nouns and adjectives. You can pause the video where necessary. Here is an example. There was a sharp fall. How about the next one? How would you describe this one? And this one? How about this one? And this one. Remember, use only nouns and adjectives. Now describe the same graphs using verbs and adverbs. You can pause the video where you need to. Here's an example. It fell sharply. How about this one? And this one? Or this one? This one? And finally this one. Wow. Can you see how your vocabulary to describe these things is building quite quickly? Excellent job. Here is something of a chart that you might wish to make a copy of, which summarizes quite well some of the things we've just been talking about. In our next lesson, we're going to talk about pie graphs, like the one in the picture here. Luckily, there are only 2 special words to learn about pie graphs. I like to make things simple